Hey, fantastic fam. Welcome to our community where we combine the woo and the work. We are two professional women who believe we can have it all and constantly upgrade ourselves to meet our visions. I'm Kalyani and I've chosen the off-roading path to personal development, being an entrepreneur with the journey of motherhood. I'm an economics postgraduate and I love working with all things mind and money. I've founded and sold one business and I'm now building this business that feels like fun and freedom for life.
Hi, I'm Rupali. I'm a numbers nerd turned Reiki master and many other things. I found a passion for all things wellness. I've worked in banking and finance for 15 years and I love combining that knowledge with all things energetics to create impact in a fun, easy way for others. Join us as we share the behind the scenes of us creating wealth, freedom and magic. Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about assets and liabilities. Now, hear me out. I'm not going to teach you accounting because that could become a little boring for many people. But I'm using these terms and I'm going to relate it to the way we live our lives, people, situations, and commitments in our lives, and how you group them as assets and liabilities. Now, before we get there, what is an asset? An asset is something or someone or a commitment, person, situation that adds to your life, adds something positive, brings in some light energy. Think about those people that are your cheerleaders, people that you can rely on whenever you're, at a time in need, people that um, are always there to help you out, whether you talk to them every day or not. It's people that are these low maintenance people that you have in your life that you can simply, not have spoken to 2-3 years and pick up the phone and say, I need you, and that person will be there. It could be someone you talk to every day. It could be, so it doesn't mean, it's not defined by how frequently you speak to this person or are in the situation, but it's really about taking stock of who are those people, what are those situations that help you. So a situation that may help you is doing certain things. So some people find that they operate optimally when they go out, take a walk. I'm one of those. I love taking a walk in the evenings, and even though I may get lazy on days, I know that when I go and I come back, it's going to be super worth it. I'm going to feel great. And I always feel great when I go for a walk or a meditation or a yoga class or something like that. So, which situations add to your life? Which commitments add to your life? Think about that. Is it something that you've committed to um, because of some peer pressure? Is it something that you've committed to, like a course or something like that, because you thought you have to? Not because of peer pressure, but because you have put this pressure onto yourself? And what is it bringing you? And here it's about being honest to yourself. It's not about saying, well, I hate this and I don't want to do it anymore and it's probably a liability, let's chuck it. It's more about saying, is this something that will contribute to my future? Because remember, it's always about the future. Assets and liabilities are defined by what they bring today and in the future. And so if you think that this course or this commitment is going to, make a positive impact on your future, then of course that's something you try and continue and you pursue. But if it's something where you're not sure, you've done it, you don't know what you're doing, you're overwhelmed, it was something you didn't want to do anyways, but for some reason you convince yourself you have to, just take stock. So, group people and situations in your life as assets and liabilities, and then assess, okay, do I have more assets in my life? Do I have more liabilities in my life? If you find you have more liabilities in your life, then that may explain if you're feeling heavy all the time, or if you're feeling tired all the time, or if you're feeling anxious all the time, or stretched, wearing thin, um, negative about life, wondering, lost in life, not sure what to do in life. So all of these things come together in this way that, then that's when you need to really assess which of these liabilities do I need to get rid of? Now, when it comes to commitments, it can be a tricky one because if it's a commitment you've made to yourself, then sometimes we, go through with commitments because how will I look otherwise? What will people think? What will I think? I'll be such a loser. This is a self-talk that starts, right? So really take a breath, really understand. You want to do what's most authentic and feels right. It's not about convincing yourself that certain things are liabilities because you don't want to, be honest. This is your life. And you're the one who has to take responsibility for it. So anything that you don't want to have anymore in your life, like a relationship, for example, if someone keeps leeching off you and you don't feel good about it and you struggle saying no, then the way isn't to, you know, become cold turkey. It's maybe the next time this person phones you or asks you for anything, just say, hi, I understand that you're going through this. I appreciate that you do need, help and direction. Unfortunately, at this point, I've got a few things going on and I won't be able to be there and come. And it's really about being honest. And it's not about saying, you always do this. Why do you always do this? Um, I don't want to do this anymore. You don't have to be, it doesn't have to be extreme, right? It doesn't have to be yes or like extreme no. It can just be honest. Like, why is it that you don't want to? And you don't have to explain what is going on in your life. You can just say, I'm sorry, at the moment, I won't be able to help you. And you basically within, you have to know that you have the best of intentions when you're doing that. So I think that's a really important one, to be able to be honest, especially to people that you don't want to kind of entertain any longer in that sense. Then your assets. Really, this is where it becomes a little fun. Take a look at all the assets you have in your life. Take a look at all the assets. See what's the common thread between these assets. And see how they make you feel, the reasons why you consider them assets. Maybe even drop a message of gratitude to these people, or even to a situation. You can just kind of say it in your mind, I'm thankful for these things. That I have this situation, I have this commitment, I have, I'm happy. It brings me so much joy. Just acknowledge those and then see what's common between them. And then whatever the common thread is something that is a starting point in terms of what you value in life. And it's all about understanding ourselves, right? So these are means to understand ourselves better. And so and once you realize what is it that you value, it's about bringing more of that into your life. So this really brings us to the end of this episode, but it's sometimes about taking stock. It may be relationships you've had since you were younger. It may be situations, people, commitments you've made many years ago that don't align anymore with you, and you want to change that. So it doesn't always have to mean being harsh. Show yourself love, show yourself compassion, show the situation compassion, and do what's best for you, because life is short. We hear that so many times. Life is short, and it's really about doing what means the most to us. That brings us to the end of this episode. Hope this has given you some food for thought. And these things are very, very important steps in your money mindset, in your abundance mindset, and that's why we go through these. Some people may be wondering, what's the point here? I wanted to learn about money mindset. All of this fits into money mindset in a way that you may not fully realize at the moment until you go through the exercise. So share your thoughts and experiences on social media if there's anything that comes up. And until next time, bye.
We would really appreciate your feedback as reviews on the podcast app you tune in from. Support us also by sharing this podcast with 3 of your besties who would benefit from being fantastic.